Hello everyone, my name is Orlando Miguel, and today I'm going to be talking about ethics. Ethics are standards that try to guide people on where to draw the line between right and wrong. Although this is a difficult task at times, there's a few approaches to consider when deciding if a decision is ethical. There's 5 basic ethical approaches that can help lead to ethical decision making. There's the utilitarian approach, rights approach, fairness approach, common good approach, and virtue approach. Let's now grasp a basic understanding of each of these approaches. The utilitarian approach points out the philosophical idea of doing the greatest good to the greatest number. For example, if we were to redistribute wealth in our society, it would probably leave more people better off than before. According to the utilitarian approach, this is an ethical decision. This approach can be flawed as not all ethical decisions should be focused on the greatest number. The rights approach focuses on basic human rights that should belong to every person. An example would be that every person should have the right to purchase any property in the neighborhood he or she chooses. Laws do not always include all of the rights of people, as our human rights evolve over time. Therefore, this approach can be difficult as the basic human rights are constantly changing. The fairness approach relies on the idea that people who are equal are to be treated equal. This is a great approach as it deviates from giving an unethical decision to the majority or leave any gray areas. If 2 people are performing the same job, they should be paid equally. That would be ethical under this approach. The common good approach takes into consideration the well-being of society as a whole. This approach makes the person making the decision aware of taking into consideration all stakeholders that will be affected. An example is building an eco-city for both society and the environment. This would be an ethical decision according to the common good approach, as all would benefit. Last but not least, the virtue approach is the core of all approaches in my view. It can be applied to most dilemmas and is one of the most efficient ways to come to an ethical decision. The idea is to ask oneself if this decision would be made by the person one wishes to be or become. For example, if a developer focused his building on sustainability because he or she wants to be someone that cares for the environment, this would be an ethical decision under the virtue approach. My personal go-to approaches would be the virtue and fairness approach. These are very useful, especially when it comes to business or real estate dilemmas. They can be applied to almost any situation. The question that one should ask themselves when applying the virtue approach to a business dilemma is, would the broker professional I am striving to be make this decision? An example question that could be used for the fairness approach is, am I giving an equal amount of effort to all my clients? Either of these approaches would lead to a very ethical decision in the business world. All these ethical approaches can be used in a business setting to help make an ethical decision. These will help not only clarify the right and wrong decisions, but it will make the user more aware of how the decisions affects others. To recap, we discussed 5 basic ethical approaches and examples that relate to business and real estate. I also gave my preferred approaches among the 5 that were discussed. This concludes my video. I hope you enjoyed it.